Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm about to take this off. If you new, thank you. Hi, welcome to the tribe. To my subbies, what's up? Thank you. I appreciate you. All that jazz. You already know I got some loves for yous. So I came here because I told y'all in another video that I was gonna talk about basically me falling in love with a crackhead. Let's just get it straight because I don't have much space on my phone. I got like over 5,000 pictures. I delete all my videos, but I still be running out of space. I'm not about to keep paying Google for no space because now they want to charge you for space. Like they trying to be on some iPhone shit, and it's like whatever. So I'm gonna just get straight to the point. You feel me? Because my videos can't be that long until I'll decide what I'm gonna do. Probably get another phone. But anyway, y'all. So I'm outside. It feels good. The weather's nice. It's a little drizzly. But it's alright. It's cool. So look, y'all. I ain't know at first that he was a crackhead. I'm gonna tell y'all straight from the top. I ain't know that that's what he was, but after he told me, to be honest, I was so in love with him. This man used to cook for me. He used to write me poems all the time. He just showered me with love on a consistent basis. And I never really experienced it. And so when he told me, like, we had a talk because he was doing the things started getting this suspicious, and he started moving in a certain way, and I'm just like, bruh, what the fuck is that for real? And we went out for a walk. We went to a park, and he told me when we was at the park that, you know, he was addicted to drugs. And me being the loving person that I am was like, oh, our love is going to make you stop. For real, that's how I felt. I felt like if I showered him with enough love and attention and affection, that he would stop, honestly. Like, I kind of felt like it was a test, and I told him this, and he kind of used this against me later on, but I told him that I thought that he was a test because both of my parents was addicted to drugs, and I couldn't really love or forgive them. So I was like, maybe this is a test. This is a test for me. I'm like, you know, I'm going to love you regardless. So y'all be playing this baby and everything after I knew that he was addicted to drugs. He was just like, I never seen it. Like, he don't look like it. He never looked like it. I don't know what people that do them type of drugs supposed to look like, but I thought they supposed to look dead. Like, I thought they were supposed to look dead and like face like sunken and everything. Like, he looked good. Like, he was light brown skin. He had a bald head. He was stocky, and he just looked good to me. Like, I couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. When he told me, I was just like, I remember the day that he told me, y'all, I was so relieved. I thought he was going to tell me he was cheating on me. He was going to leave me for his ex-wife or whatever. But he ain't do none of that. I thought that's what it was. I'm like, oh, you moving kind of shaky because you cheating or you going back to your ex-wife or whatever. Like, so, well, they were still married at the time, but, you know. So I was relieved. And I think I hugged him and stuff. We got over it. And I'm just like, we can get through this, so on and so forth. But I was just so in love with him. I loved him so fucking much. Like, I really did. And he ain't still for me. None of that shit. None of those signs that people be like, you know, crackheads be doing this crackhead shit. He wasn't moving like that. He was moving like he was cheating on me. That's how he was moving. So I was like, no, that's not it. And so when he told me, I was just like, you know, we can get through this. I love you so much. I'm not gonna leave you. We're gonna break this out. So we moved in together, planned the baby. This is a fast forward version. Planned to have this baby. Like, I was on birth control. I got off of birth control. We went to the appointment together because I had the implant. We went to the appointment together. Planned to have this baby. I swear it happened so fast. Like, as soon as I got off birth control, I got pregnant like 2 weeks later. I promise you, birth control make you fertile. I don't care what they say. Birth control make your ass fertile and shit. So, had the baby, and then that's when things really started getting like bothersome. Like that's when I had to be hiding money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, won't you go to addiction counseling? Like I found him this place to go to. This man was going to church. I was not into church like that at the time, but I pretended so it could like make him happy. So I was sending Bible scriptures to his phone every day and everything. I was smoking weed at the time, and I was not going to stop. I was not. I was like, no, I got too much going on. I'm not stopping. You stressing me out, and this is how I don't kirk out. But y'all, I got pregnant, and my hormones was jumping, and I was like going crazy. I was having tantrums. I'm telling y'all, like falling out on the floor. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. Oh my God, y'all been in the Twilight Zone since 1999. So I promise you, I've been in the Twilight Zone since 1999, and I feel like I just got out like maybe 2020. Between 2019 and 2020, that's when I feel like I got out a little bit. Like I was taking steps to get out the Twilight Zone, and then I kept meeting men that was putting me back in the Twilight Zone. But I talk about that in other videos. I talk about my twin flame. When I met him, I was in the Twilight Zone. And another guy I met after him, I was in the Twilight Zone. Another guy I met after him, I was in the Twilight Zone. And I swear, y'all, after my ascension, it's only one guy. Now, I wasn't in the Twilight Zone with just one. I swear, just one. One. I promise you, one. And I have dated, and I've only been one guy that didn't have me in the Twilight Zone. Like, and I talked about him on another video about how I'm outside, as y'all can see. So I live on a like main street, and there'll be a lot of traffic. But anyway, so you know, when all of the stealing and all of me feeling like I'm in a Twilight Zone, I'm high and mangy, all this shit, you know, the last day before, the day before he died, because he passed away in 2017, and I was, my son was 10 months old. The day before he died, we had got into a real heavy, he wanted I used to take his card, so he had to pay bills. Like, you can't take all your money and fucking be doing drugs, and we got bills to pay. So I used to take his card, and we was fighting. Like, I'm talking about, y'all, we was fighting in the street one time. He followed me to work. Like, it was real ratchet and real, it was ratchet. It was ratchet. Like, we was fighting down the street from my job, like, for real. And he gonna holler, I didn't know you could fight. Nigga, I can swing these motherfucking hands. Don't get me fucked up. Don't get me fucked up. These hands can swing. I don't give a fuck how big you is, how small you is. And my baby father was like, I'm 5'9", he probably was 5'8", or we was the same height. He probably was the same height. Niggas be having me fucked up. Just because I'm pretty don't mean I can't swing these hands, okay? So all of this drama, all this bullshit going on between us, and I was just fed up. And I told him, I don't know if it was like a week before he died, but I told him he gonna die in these streets. That's what I told him. I said, you gonna fucking die. You're gonna fucking die. They was lacing the drugs with fentanyl. I was working at Hopkins, and in the office where we get all the reports of people coming in, 911, and everybody was coming in for overdoses on fentanyl. Like, this was happening in 2017. They talking about fentanyl later on, but I know about this shit back then. So they know all this. I'm telling them, like, you gonna die in these streets. I promise you. If it wasn't a week or 2 weeks before he passed away, the day before he died, we got into real heavy. He wanted his card. I was like, fuck it, take your goddamn card, right? And I felt bad. I'm over it now, but I felt bad. Like, it took me a minute to get over it, because I felt like I gave in. And the day after that, the police came knocking on my door early in the morning, talking about he died in prior overdose. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure it was an overdose, because he used to binge. Like, he would binge, and he would get like heartburn and stuff, and I would help him with his heartburn and all of that. So he took that money that I was supposed to use to pay the bills. He took his card, I threw it at him. I'm like, fuck that, do. And I knew he had planned to come back, because he left his bus fare. on the dresser, like it was right there. And so he passed away. He died in them streets, doing them drugs in them streets. And I'm coming on here to tell you all this because I just want y'all to know how manipulative love can be if you just let yourself be caught up in that shit like that. Like, I was so caught up in wanting to be loved and wanting to be supported. I just wanted a family. Like, I really just wanted a family, have that support system in my life, because that's what I felt like I never really had. I didn't get it from my parents. Grew up in foster care, and we was like a family, but we always was reminded that we wasn't family, if that makes sense. So I just wanted that foundation, a stable foundation, wanting to be a family, wanting a husband or a significant other to come home to and be with. And he took advantage of that. You feel me? He took advantage of that. He used things against me. He used my love and what I told him about my parents being on drugs and how this was a test. He took all of that and used it against me, threw it up in my face. And yo, I was hitting them blunt. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I was probably smoking. When this nigga, he would be out, he wouldn't come back until the middle of the night, or he would leave out the bed in the middle of the night. So that's something I carried over into my relationship after him, is that the nigga get out the bed, I'm like, where you going? Where you going? The nigga be like, I'm just going to the bathroom. And I'm just like, oh. And I couldn't go back to sleep until he got back in the bed. Like, I had to make sure that he was coming back in the bed after that, because I was so paranoid. And I kind of still, that's why I'm by myself, because I kind of still suffer from that trauma. I'm trying to heal from that trauma of being in that relationship and being paranoid when you get out the bed. Like, and plus I'm a light sleeper too. So this is how crazy, like, this is how much he used to monitor me. Or he would tell the doctors, like, when I would go to the doctors about my sleeping issue, he would tell the doctors, like, yeah, she got a good 4 hours where she in a deep sleep. Hey, nigga, how you know that? How you know that? This nigga was watching me so that he know that he got a 4-hour time frame, so where he can get out the bed, I don't notice, and get back in the bed and I don't notice. Like, it was some days that it would be like that, but a lot of times he would get out that bed, I would know he's getting about that damn bed. Or when he come back, I know he came back and he would try to be like he was in the bathroom. Like, no, he wasn't. You was gone too long for that. And the whole time he'd be out back getting high or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never seen him do his drug of choice. I never seen him do it. I don't know if he was ever under the influence around me. I have no idea, because I don't know what that looks like as an adult. I know my parents was on drugs or whatever, but I was a kid. I was young. So to compare what a child see compared to what an adult sees is totally different. He had that shit under control, and I was just so desperate to want to be, I don't know if I was desperate, maybe I wanted to be loved. And so I thought that me doing all the little churchy stuff that I hated doing the churchy stuff. We went to church sometimes on Sundays, and I thought that if I gave him that effort, that he would stop smoking. Like, whatever he was doing, he would stop getting high at all. Like, my sister started telling me, like, later on, because I worked, he got off at 11, he had to pick my son up because I worked overnight. And so y'all see the cat jumping up at the door? She crazy. My fucking cat is crazy, y'all. Her name Blue. She is crazy. So I worked overnight, and my sister would pick my son up for my sister, his son, and she told me he would be high. She would know that he was high, but I never knew when he was high. I never knew when he was under the influence. Like, I never knew. That shit crazy thinking about it right now. Like, I never knew. I never picked up on it. And he was just doing his thing. I told y'all he was stealing money. I had to hide money all over the places. He would find my hiding spots. Like, this shit, it was so chaotic, so stressful. I said earlier, the tantrums I used to have. I would fall. I was pregnant, and I would be falling out on the floor, like, screaming to the top of my lungs, like, all of this shit. That's why when my son have his tantrums now, I just had to be patient with him and just, get him to a state of calm. because I know he going through that because of the turmoil I went through and while he was pregnant, and he don't have his father in his life, and he don't have a father figure in his life, you know. So trying to think, did I forget anything else before I close this video? Because I want to record another video too after this. So yeah, this is just a little story time tea, I guess, telling you how I normally, because I talked about my last video, how I normally to my detriment fell in love, and this is one of those times where it was to my detriment. And then me having my youngest son kept me stagnant for years. Like, it kept me stagnant. Finding daycare was hard because I couldn't collect Social Security because this nigga ain't work. He was a drug dealer most of his life. I ain't know that. I didn't know by the time he's in his 40s, he only worked for like 7 years of his whole life. So I couldn't collect no Social Security. I couldn't get no vouchers. I couldn't get no assistance. So I was stagnant. How can you work when you don't have nobody to really watch your child, when you need somebody to watch your child? How can you work and provide for your family when you don't have that support system in the household? Like, even when my boyfriend at the time, the one that came in right after I talked about him, came in my last video, how he came in like Superman, and you know, he still wouldn't take my kids out. I'm like, take them out for me, you know, I need a break, so on and so forth. You know, he had problems doing that. So I don't know why I can't sit up here and justify why he was the way he was. It is what it is. You know, I did go to school. He did allow me to go to school while he took care of things, and he was trying to help me pick up the pieces after the fact. And then 2 months after my son's father died, I got into an accident. So he died June. I got into an accident in August. My ex-boyfriend was driving. He fell asleep. I talked about this in videos ago. So if y'all want to see that, scroll down, and look at my video about how I almost died and in this car accident. And I thought it was like, before I knew about spirituality, I thought it was my baby father trying to kill me from beyond the grave. Well, that's that Christian shit, you know what I mean? That's that Christian shit they be teaching you and all that shit. So that's what I thought it was. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video because I'm about to come back on and talk about something else I want to talk about. So hope y'all enjoy this story, my story time tea. And I'll see y'all in the next video. So peace, love, and hair grease. Deuces.